Hey guys, before this video begins, I want everyone to go down to the description section below and hit that link to go subscribe to Golden Scouter. The guy makes some really awesome content and some of the most original stuff this community has ever seen, so please make sure to go support him. But with that being said, enjoy the video.
Hello everyone, it is I, the Golden Scouter, and Real to Real Productions. How are you doing, man?
Awesome, man, awesome. Thanks for having me back on. It's always a pleasure.
Yeah, definitely. I always love doing our collaborations, and a lot of people say that we are kind of like two peas in a pod. You and MJ are more spaghetti and meatball, but anyway, let's get on with the discussion. So, is Jiren making a fatal mistake by sitting there and meditating? But more specifically, is he making the mistake that early Dragon Ball philosophy has pretty much hammered into us? So Roshi has always told Goku and Krillin that there's always someone stronger out there, and he entered the tournament because he didn't want their new power to go to their head. And one of the things about Jiren in this tournament, he really seems to have his power go to his head, because yeah, he's incredibly strong. He looked straight in Goku's direction, and he was just like, nah, I'm good. The people who I'm needed for, they're gone. And it's just like, you could knock this guy out so easily, be done with the tournament, but yet you're not, just because we get the implication that Jiren is that full of himself. So what do you think, Mark? Do you think that Jiren may be making the fatal mistake that Roshi has warned Goku and Krillin about way early on in Dragon Ball?
The one thing I really thought about when you brought this topic to me was the mere fact that they had given Roshi a couple episodes just a couple weeks prior to this, and he was really heavily referencing his training with Goku and Krillin, and as you said, that was really the main focus of their training with Goku and Krillin, so it really makes a whole lot of sense that they're going to use that time-honored tradition and lesson, basically since the very beginning of Dragon Ball, in order to make their point here, and honestly, I really like that opinion of yours. It would really make a lot of sense and put Jiren in his place, and maybe after everything is said and done, whoever beats Jiren, if anyone's gonna beat him in this, whether it's Goku or Gohan, Vegeta, Frieza, those are probably the main people who would probably be able to do it up until this point. Maybe Kale even, who knows? It would really kind of put Jiren in the level of, oh, you know what? I'm respecting you. I understand that I'm not necessarily the strongest person throughout all the multiverse, and that's fine. Like, maybe I can get stronger, maybe we could be friendly and everything, and we finally start to see some personality from this guy, because I like the strong stoic type. That's fine. Might be a little too close to hit, but at the same time, he's just really being built up as this guy who is just so full of himself, full of his own power, that he's not necessarily fun to even watch, or he's not necessarily coming off as the for justice type of pride trooper that we got to know before all of this tournament and everything started.
Yeah, those are some interesting points, and one of the things is that everyone always seems to be surprised by Goku and Krillin and all the Dragon Team in general with their philosophy and fighting style. I mean, we saw it in the Frieza arc. Everyone was freaked out that Goku and all of them could sense ki, and a lot of the times it seems like that they have like wholesome values, whereas a lot of different universes don't. So I think it's really interesting because, while the Universe 11 might be all about justice and all that, they've never gotten the martial arts philosophy that Roshi has instilled in Goku and Krillin. So I think that that would be a very, very valuable lesson for Jiren to learn the hard way.
And it is interesting considering the fact that, as you said, Jiren came into this whole fight thinking that he was going to fight Goku and he was going to fight Hit. One of the things that we can kind of go off on that is maybe, considering the fact that Toppo fought Goku at the preliminary matches, maybe he would have said something to Jiren, especially since we saw them at the bar and he was having kind of flashback PTSD, as MJ would call it, to the fight with Goku. That he would have been like, you know what, Jiren, like, maybe this is the guy that you should really be focusing on, and maybe we should just have you fight him. And at the same time, because they're so close with all of the gods in Universe 11, maybe they were also watching GodTube, and as we saw with Zamasu in the previous arc, they were watching GodTube as they were fighting in the last tournament, so they got to see just how strong someone like Hit is. So he came in with the idea, those two people, They're my main targets. Obviously, Kale was kind of a surprise for a lot of people. I don't think anyone was really anticipating how strong she would be and what a catastrophe or chaos she would bring to the tournament. Obviously, he took care of that. So the 3 people he's taken out are the people that he was either anticipating or came out of nowhere. And I think Kale is a really good exception to this because they might not have been paying attention. I mean, who was really paying attention to Kale? But at the same time, since then, and probably way far from Jiren's knowledge, we have Vegeta, who's been training. Obviously, is very cocky about himself. He's never seen Frieza, so he doesn't know how strong Frieza could be. We don't even know how strong Frieza is right now. There are so many people that Jiren is just not paying attention to because he thinks just because Goku and Hit were strong and he got to see how much stronger they were during the last tournament or potentially during the preliminary matches that these are the only people I need to focus on. And he's completely ignoring almost everyone out there. And as I guess myself and a lot of other people pointed out, look, none of the other gods, some of the gods are really freaking out, but some of the gods are not necessarily freaking out at all. They feel like no matter how strong Jiren is, the ones who are exempt, the gods who are exempt are the ones saying that Jiren's going to completely, the ones who are exempt are the ones who are really saying that Jiren is going to take away everyone's motivation to fight. Obviously, Universe 11 is also saying that Jiren's going to take away everyone's motivation to fight. That's not necessarily true. Everyone is okay with fighting Jiren. They don't necessarily want to fight him now, but they're not giving up immediately. And all the other gods, Universe 4, Universe 2, Universe 3 are sitting around going, yeah, that's really impressive, but we still got this. We're not going to give up hope. So it does go to show you that there could be some people working in the background, and Jiren, for all the hype that we've gotten, is literally just someone who, like you said, is making this huge mistake and might not necessarily be the strongest person on the ring right now.
Yeah, and I mean, he has that whole you must be this tall to ride barrier, but I mean, there are so many different people out there in the tournament. The Megazord that was kind of teased. I mean, there's 30 different fighters. I mean, we know that there are some fighters that can't even cross that barrier, but I'm sure if they were to do some kind of a trick like transfer their energy over to someone, or maybe even just transfer their energy to Goku or something like that, I wouldn't be too surprised that would happen if everyone were just to be like, here Goku, here's an energy for another Genki Dama so you can get Ultra Instinct again. So, because I mean, Jiren has to know at some level that Goku could possibly make a comeback. He has to know at least on some level. Because Ultra Instinct, I mean, I wouldn't say give him a run for his money, but Ultra Instinct was really the first piece of raw power that could challenge him. Because, I mean, Hit has the time skip, and that has been shown to be able to transcend really powerful people, but not to the point of Jiren. So, just ultimately, I really do think that Jiren is making that fatal mistake that Roshi warned Goku and Krillin about way back then.
Well, you know, that's really a really good point considering the fact that they have, almost to my surprise, I'm sure a lot of other people's surprise, they've taken Jiren, they've put him in this situation where he has to kind of prove himself or he has to kind of show his power, but at the same time, it's so early in the match. So they built him up, and we have so many more things that can come out, interrupt, showcase another really strong person who's actually evil, who Jiren can't step to. I mean, there's so many other possibilities now. We've only seen half of this tournament. I think you're right. He's making a really fatal mistake. Even if that mistake, like you said, is just getting Ultra Instinct back for Goku, which they're heavily implying over the last episode that is what will potentially happen. We also have Vegeta still sitting around. We have Frieza, even though he says he doesn't want to fight Jiren, doesn't say he's scared of Jiren, or he will fight Jiren if he has to, apparently. And then you also have Gohan, who's been really being promoted a lot recently, you know, even teasing a new transformation that no one's ever seen before. And as they made abundantly clear over the last couple weeks, Ultra Instinct, while it's really cool, it's a technique, it's not a transformation. So Gohan still has a way, like he might still get something in order to actually fight Jiren. There's just so many possibilities now, and yeah, he's making this huge mistake.
Yes, I just can't see the tournament ending with just Jiren meditating there the whole time, and then it's just like, Universe 11 wins! I just don't see that happening.
Yeah.
It goes in the face of everything that Dragon Ball has been trying to communicate, at least through its philosophy. But do you have anything else to add to this discussion before you wrap it up for today, Mark?
Oh, no, I think I'm good, man. Thanks for having me on.
Yes, thank you for coming on my channel. And guys, make sure to go and sub to Real to Real. I will leave the links to his channels in the description section and on the screen for you to tap on. But with that, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave your comments what you thought, share it with your friends, and until next time, thank you for watching and have a great day.
ロマンのつかみ取れ天下一はるばる遠い都へ集まってきたあらゆる武道武術の達人たちが